Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a story time, very interesting one. It's a little bit different to what I've normally done, but you know what? Somebody reminded me of something in my past the other day, and I figured let me share it with you. Let's get into it, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so today's story is basically centered around my previous relationship. I, yeah, let's just say I dated a guy from a country that we always get warned about, and it is not Nigeria. But yeah, just so that I don't come across as xenophobic, let's just comment down below, and I just want to see just a guess which country this human was from. Anyway, so yeah, this is the story of my previous relationship, how I saw flames, and basically sort of a reminder to you to get out when you start seeing toxicity in somebody. So I dated this dude, I think it was in 2016. We met through a friend of a friend, and yeah, when I met him, he's just like regular dude trying to get through life and stuff. And obviously, as one does, you talk about like what's happened in your previous relationships, and how did you get here, and basically why are you single, right? So yeah, we had those conversations, and he told me that he had been with somebody previously for about 7 years. The relationship got quite toxic towards the end, and he did admit that he played a role in that. And it was 7 years, it was quite serious. They were living together when they eventually broke up. And anyway, he broke up with the person quite some time before him and I met. And yeah, it was just like a normal relationship and stuff. But granted, I had dated somebody from this country before, and if you know me personally, I have a mantra about guys from this country: tread with caution, because I think culturally they just think relationships should be very dramatic and full of flames. So anyway, super romantic, whatever. Well, I guess in the beginning it was super romantic. And yeah, maybe 6 months in, I started seeing some things that I was concerned about, but I was like, you know what, it might just be like a cultural, culture shock, cultural overlap, and us needing to take time to get to know each other, and things that our expectations that stem from how we've been socialized, right? But mind you, because I am South African, I consider myself South African despite my mixed background. But because I was South African, that was also like it became a topic of discussion, and apparently for his entire family that I had never met, because apparently his ex was saying that there was some overlap with our relationship. And to be honest, I don't know. To my understanding and belief, there wasn't. But having gone through the relationship for about a year and a bit, and getting to know this dude really well, I can believe that there was potentially overlap just based on who I know him to be as a human. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, like me being South African was a bit of a problem. But anyway, like he was just like, look, you seem different to other South African girls. Shmee, shmee, shmee. You know, and in my mind, because I think at the time I was just, I don't know if I had a low self-esteem, I thought that made me special, you know. But like, I'm very proud to be a South African, so I don't know, in hindsight. Anyway, when I met him, like I was very transparent about who I was and how like I consider myself quite independent, and like I've never depended on a man to get things and all of that. So like he knew, like I'm trying to get mines. I'm trying to work hard. I want to achieve things for myself. And I don't know, I think maybe over time that became a little, I don't know, maybe intimidating, or maybe he was projecting his own insecurities. But I mean, he started emotionally tearing me down, but in the subtleties. So I mean, it started off with me being a South African, and without divulging too much, let's just say like I was helping dude with things in life, you know, and he felt like the one time he says that when we got into an argument, he said, you think you're too beautiful, and because I think I'm beautiful, I think I can get away, or I'm better than other people, or not better than other people, that I'm too good for him. Yeah, let's say it like that. So anyway, that those kinds of topics of conversation started becoming a thing. But yeah, I think it was him just projecting his own stuff, because honestly, I haven't had that issue before in other relationships. It was just him. And he started like wanting to control how I dressed, how I wore my hair, and everything started becoming a problem, right? Anyway, I think, and also like he just made me feel like super self-conscious about everything, like my weight, and consequently you'll see like if you go back to my pictures from 2018 and towards 2018, you'll see I was a lot leaner. I was actually thin, you know, because I was just self-conscious. And like I was training, but I was doing like a lot of cardio, but he always used to like make fun of me, not make fun, but he would always take jabs at me, like not having much of a butt, and like the women from his country, they focus on training and whatever, and he was always comparing me to these celebs and his ex, and it was just, mind you, like in terms of like training and stuff, like exercising, like I was relatively consistent, despite the fact I was commuting to his house and back, and he didn't live in Joburg, right? So I had to drive to him, and it was quite a distance, you know. It was like a 2-hour drive, you know. So trying to fit in all these things, trying to like look good, and like it was really challenging, you know, trying to meet his hectic expectations. Anyway, then like I started to change. I started to try and meet his expectations. Somebody who really wears makeup, blah 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 blah. Anyway, and I don't know, it just felt like nothing I was doing was ever good enough, and that in itself should have been a red flag for me. Like, your partner should love you for who you are and try build on you. You always want to be like a better version of yourself, but he should never make you feel like you less than for where you are in your life currently, you know, health-wise, looks-wise, or whatever, you know. Anyway, it was just a constant comparison that really, really, really got to me. And I never divulged with anyone like how bad it got, you know. In retrospect, it was actually, towards the end, it just became downright abusive. Anyway, as his family gets word of me, and mind you, they don't get word of me from him, they get word of him from his ex. Okay? Guys, ew. And to be honest, like, I think he was partially to blame for his ex being super involved in our lives, because the way he was acting after we broke up, I can believe that this one, he doesn't let you live if you've broken up with him. Anywho, yeah, so I kept hearing all these things his ex was apparently saying to the family, and it always kind of stemmed from me being South African, and then it turned to me being a homewrecker and blah blah blah, and I was like, I don't understand, because when I met you, you were single, you know. And I mean, I don't know, like, he always just felt like, he always just said to me like, oh yeah, you've got a lot to prove, you know. My family are very hard on girls, and yeah, the expectations are very high. And like, not to bash his ex, but like, I'm a catch dog, like, and I hate to be, like, I really hate comparing, but in terms of, there's a lot of things that we were not, it was not, yeah, let's just say that. So, yeah, I was just like, okay, what ifs. Then, this guy, mind you, this guy had a really unhealthy relationship with his cell phone. Yeah? I thought like I spent a lot of time on my phone. This dude was always on his phone. He was like, no, he said it was kind of linked to his family and what his responsibilities were. But I don't know, because those responsibilities were not yielding fruit. Anywho, then, you know, I just started feeling a bit shaky. Anyway, one day we were in Joburg, and when we came back home, so his place, like, so downstairs was the kitchen and the lounge, and upstairs was the bedroom, the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom, right? And mind you, I had some of my stuff at his place because I was commuting between Joburg and his place, so I thought it made sense to just keep my stuff there, you know? And it was like maybe 8 months in. Yeah, maybe 8 months in. 9 months actually, no? Yeah, 9 to 10 months in. So it had been quite a while, you know? I was still like, okay, I'm gonna push through in this relationship. Inside, I think I was actually really unhappy, but I was just like, let me just push through. Anywho, get into the house, walk upstairs, get into the room, and my clothes are scattered on the bed, and I'm like, I don't remember leaving my stuff like this. I pick up my clothes, baby, shredded, like your serial killer style. I'm gonna show you a clip. This used to be some form of a top. My bras, off the shoulder top, gone. Dresses. Look at this top I wore last week. Anyway, let's go. Oh, trying to remain calm here. Dress. I think it would have been fine with her fucking up all of my stuff. But this, my wig, my closure. And now I'm like, okay, cool. My stuff has been shredded. Let's check the homie stuff. The homie stuff is untouched, you know? And I'm like, what the flip? You know, I call him, I'm like, what's going on? Then he's like, no, man. He's like, who could? And I'm like, there's only one person this would be. The person who's been talking smack about me to your family. Somebody who I've never met, never seen. I don't even know you from soap. Hey. I don't even know you from Sov. Yeah, and I am suspecting it's his ex, right? Anyway, so there's this whole calamity, telling his family, he's like, this is what's happened, and she's denying, and we're like, but who else could it be? You used to live with him. You probably, and when we inspected the keys, he realized there was a set of keys he did not have. So, guess. I mean, I was fair to guess it was this person. Anyway, so now I'm just like, I'm still fuming, still telling everybody things. So I want to try find something to wear, right? For tomorrow to wash. So I'm like, okay, no, I left things in the washing machine. I mean, in the washing basket. Let me just wash stuff for tomorrow. And yeah, I can wear those, right? This girl. So on the top of a pile of his things, ne? I unpack. Do I not pick up my things, cut up in the washing basket? Hey. Woo! And guys, for you to number one, first of all, for you to break into somebody's house, cut up their things, and to be honest, I don't even know if it was a break-in. Maybe she was spending time with him during the week, and I wasn't aware. There's so many things, because I was just like, why didn't she cut up his stuff? But I mean, at the time, I didn't think about that. You know, I was just fuming. Hey, my things in the washing basket. She went, and I think what was worse about this entire situation, and the thing that hurt me the most, was my wig. Your girl took my wig, the closure, cut it in half. Is that not a killer? Ooh, child. You know, in hindsight, that should have been my exit. Like, I should have rolled out. I should have been like, this doesn't make sense. Things are messed up. Like, this man's life is too dramatic. But I mean, I had already been in it for a couple of months, you know? So I was just like, and in my mind, I was like, I think I want to marry this guy. But that was my low self-esteem child. On live. Okay. Good luck to the woman that's married to now. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that was that was the situation with my clothes getting shredded, and now this girl's also not South African, right? So I wanted to lay a case, but then Sihle, because she has a kind heart, realizes this girl is a student. She goes home, she comes back, she'll never be able to come back again, because if there's criminal charges, because I knew who it was for a fact. But also, you know, you're just like, this, for me, that leveled the playing field in terms of the type of woman he always compared. It just made me feel better about myself, in that I would never stoop to that level. Like, that's just sad. And it just made me feel like, you're always talking about this woman that was so amazing, whatever. And also, in itself should have also been problematic, that he was always talking about this person. That you're always comparing me to this person, but this person broke into the house and cut up my stuff like a freaking psycho. And also, like, knowing him, you would expect there'd be like stronger repercussions, you know? But it was also probably because he was doing something dodgy, again, in hindsight. Anyway, if that wasn't the worst of the story with this man. So, as I said, I had been feeling some type of way about how he'd been engaging on his phone. Come to find out, there is some young thing he is interacting with. And this is why I say I feel like he has some serious self-esteem issues, because that girl, hey, let me tell you something, when guys cheat, they usually cheat below your level. This girl, I was already working. She was in varsity. And okay. When I suspected that he was cheating, I knew it was linked to his phone, right? And so I hacked his phone. Don't ask me. YouTube has all the answers, but I hacked his phone. He had a Samsung. It was easy. Don't ask. Anyway, I got into his phone, and also that in itself is also crazy. Like you should never have to hack your person's phone. But he was like, no, there's family secrets. There's secrets that I can't divulge. You can't know what's happening in my phone. Anyway, come to find out, yeah, there's this girl, right? When I went through the messages, I decided, I just want to know first before I confront him. Yeah? And mind you, I confronted him. When I got the hard evidence, his uncle was there. So it was a movie. Guys, I'm not crazy, but this person made me crazy. I was upstairs in the room, they were downstairs. And I did that thing where, because I wanted to see in real, because I had already spoken to him about this person. I said, you're messaging somebody. I didn't tell him I had concrete evidence, but I just wanted to see how he would react afterwards, right? Because I don't know how far and deep it went. I said, you'll be messaging this person, it needs to stop. And yeah, I'm very aware of like what's been going on. And he's like, no, you're talking nonsense. So I'm like, okay, shut up. I'm gonna be quiet. When his uncle was there, I was sitting upstairs. You know that WhatsApp screen thing, that WhatsApp computer thing where you can put your WhatsApp on your computer? I was watching the messages come through in real time while I was upstairs. Then I was like, let me just message this girl. I take the number, I message her. I say, girl, I just want to know your side of the story before I get into it. I've been with this person X amount of time. What's going on between the two of you? She's like, that has nothing to do with me, but I've been with him for X amount of time. I'm like, okay, this is interesting because it's not a short period. It's a couple of months. Okay. I just screenshot the WhatsApp on his phone, screenshot the WhatsApp on my phone. I sent it to him, and I said, I'm going to Joburg. Bye-bye. Oh, girl. When I say a movie, it was hectic. And I felt like so ashamed that his uncle was there, but I was like, his guard was down because he was there. And I needed to take that opportunity to understand what the F is happening. Like, mind you, he was using my car. Like, my car was the Uber for this entire family. So I needed to know that I'm not being abused. Anyway, found out this is what's happening. He comes up, he freaks out. I'm like, I'm packing my stuff. We're going. You're taking me back to Joburg. You can drop me off, continue using my car, and then you can come drop it off when you're done. But you and I, we're done. Yeah, but you and I, we're done, yeah? So now on the road back to Joburg, he's apologizing, telling me he loves me and I'm the woman of his life, blah, 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 blah. See here. Played yourself. Anyway, we get to Joburg and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Dude, just bring back my car when you're done. Long story short, his uncle just messages me and says like, I don't know what's going on, but like, you know, men make mistakes, and this is the problem with this country. Not that particular country. They think this behavior is rite of passage. Like, yeah, he made a mistake, but he really loves you, and we love you, blah, blah, blah. This is after I've endured hell from this family, emotionally. Anyway, so when he comes back to Joburg, brings back my car, I'm just like, bro, I don't want to talk to you. Just leave me alone. I need time. So just bounce, okay? So he rolls out, and then I go see my brother. Mind you, this is my new car. So my brother's like, oh yeah, come, let's test out the speakers. I want to connect my brother to the Bluetooth. Whose name do I see connected to the Bluetooth of my new car? You guys don't know. Hey. Yeah, it was a movie, guys. So now I'm already dealing with the fact that I know Homeboy has been running these streets, but he's been running these streets with my moto. And he's still engaging with this girl because I still have the WhatsApp on my laptop. But he's not engaging, like, he's just like, I'll talk to you. And then he keeps, she's writing, he's blue-ticking him. Anyway, I don't know if that kind of serves some form of consolation. Anyway, Sihle the clown, Bozo, takes the homie back. And next weekend, I'm back with him where he lives, right? But the spidey senses are still tingling because I know, I don't know, my heart of hearts just knew something was still up. Oh boy, only to find out. We're sitting outside, we're having a picnic, he's trying to be romantic. Ha, what's up call? Guess who's calling? I already saw, but he's like, oh no, it's my aunt. He hangs up as he picks up, and he's like, no, mom, I'll call you. Yeah, he said something like his aunt or something. I'll call you back. Bari, Mina, Bari. Oh, I'm just like, you think I'm dumb, but I don't say it in my head. I know who that was. I'll wait till we get back, and I'm just letting him, I let him know that I'm not stupid. And I also tell him, like, look, everything would have been, I don't know, maybe I would have forgiven you. But when you use my car, something I worked hard for, my new car, my first car I bought with my own dinero to go pick up this. And he's like, no, she was never in your car. She just connected to your Bluetooth. Why are you bringing this back up? I thought we had spoken about it. Shmee. This is when, guys, you must exit when you start having chats like these. Because that nigga's playing you. You must exit when you have those chats. Exit immediately. So yeah. It went back and forth, guys. Like, I was so detached. I was still with him, and it was emotionally a lot. Then, towards the end of the year, I was like, you know what, he's going back to his country. I need to call it because I'm losing myself. And things, and there's still back and forth. I love the dude, there's back and forth. Come around my birthday, he's gone back to his country. Comes around my birthday, like, we're talking, whatever, I'm feeling some type of way, I'm sad, like, I've been crying the whole of the festive, and he surprises me on my birthday. He rocks up. I'm a sucker for gestures. Stupid. Anyway, and he's like, let's work on things. I want things to be okay between us. And yeah, he's staying in a hotel. So yeah, let's just go there, talk things through. Anyway, I go home, and he does this thing in December, in Jan, where he detoxes, right? And he starts texting me erratically, and like, it doesn't make sense, I'm like, man, this guy, he's supposed to be doing his December detox. I think he's drunk. And so I'm like, what's going on with you? He's saying things that don't make sense. He's saying that I hurt him and he was going to sacrifice everything for me. Shmee. But I'm like, okay, I thought we were working things out. Why are you acting like we're done? Huh? Anyway, so I don't know, something just told me, Sihle, go there. So I say nothing because I'd already been to the hotel. I'd been there a few times. The hotel staff knew me, so I arrived there early in the morning. I don't tell him, obviously. Knock on the door. He doesn't want to open. I keep knocking. And I know he's there. Then I hear a woman's voice. Bozo the clown. I hear a woman's voice. And if I could tell you the other things that I did, anyway. This guy, he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I was worried about you. Then I hear a woman's voice. I'm like, no, I definitely heard. I'm like, who the hell is that? Oh, homie pops out. Limber, smelling of booze, and you know when the door opens and you smell other things. Wow. I just slapped him. Then guess what homie does? It's probably the last time I saw him. Homie says, this is my fault. This happened because of me. Wow. I got out of there and that was it. There was a lot of back and forth after that, but guys, toxic relationships. Let me tell you, I need to wrap this up. But guard your heart. Look out for the warning signs. Maybe I'll do a part 2 because there was still a lot of stuff that happened after that. But guys, just be careful of the people that you date. I'm not saying this is pertaining to a specific country, but I sort of am, and I was warned. And I warned other people. Take your own advice with relationships, you know? Yeah, it was really dark, and like, it took me so long to recover from that relationship. And it just was testament to me that you need to be in the right mental state before you get into a relationship, because you won't know when you're being played until after the relationship is done. I'm telling you. Like, when you look back, you're just like, I allowed that to happen to me. Sihle Davids. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably do a part 2 to the story, so make sure you subscribe so you can hear the rest. It doesn't end with this guy. And if I went into detail, we would have been here for 5 hours. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below which country you think it's from. Yeah, we will refer to him as it. Just comment below. I just want to see if society feels the same.